I appreciate the opportunity to speak at your event, and what I'm here to do today is to talk about your voice has power, and I think that's the big experience that I've had in my life around podcasting and being an online media creator, and it's really about how anyone can share their story and create impact and be heard, especially for those that maybe haven't had a voice, that are underrepresented in what they're doing in their own life and their ability to do things in the world. So my theme here is that everyone really can and should have a voice. Um, my journey started back in 1999, really based on this core principle of excitement, curiosity, having some interest, and wanting to share and to be inclusive of others and be a facilitator in helping others. And having a microphone basically enabled me to do that. And I was fortunate to have a group of fun and supportive friends that were around me when I started back in 1999 that could get me through those tough early times of doing something new or doing something different, and taking my confidence and stretching it a little bit. I didn't have a huge platform. I did start on a small radio station. They charged me $50 a month to walk in and do an hour-long radio show. So it was a very humble beginning. I did not have any training or any kind of, um, you know, boost in getting in there. I think that's the big thing too, is just, you know, push yourself and put yourself into challenging situations and environments, with a desire to share and to explore ideas and to connect with others. And that will take you a long ways, because everyone has a unique life experience that they can share that matters deeply, to yourself and to potentially others, that they can learn from those life experiences. So your story matters as a boost to the underrepresented, to enabling others to, see your example. And if you bring an authentic voice that has an impact on people, you can really make an impact, and you can facilitate people, be a facilitator for others. Um, we live in a world that often tells us our voice isn't big enough, right? And your stories aren't special enough. And oftentimes our inner voice tells us the same thing, that we don't have anything of value to share or to say, and that I'm not special enough, or I don't have access to what I need to do. And part of what I'm saying today is that podcasting has never been easier to get involved in, and it's not going to discriminate against you. If anything, it's going to boost you, and and sharing your truth, your perspective, is exactly what someone needs to hear from you today. So start small. Go against your self-doubt, right? If you have low confidence, you just have to struggle through that. I never did a radio show or a podcast back in 1999. I walked in there and I had supportive friends that helped me get started and helped me get over some of my hesitation and my lack of ability to really know what I'm doing. So I bumbled my way through it. The good part about starting out a podcast is that right at the beginning, there's probably very few people listening. So you can trial your way into getting better. And that's a life lesson for anything, is that you have to start somewhere. And honestly, the tools are already in your hands and in your mind. So anyone can have the accessibility to the creator tools of today. There's no limits, or there's no people out there that will stop you or say no in modern podcasting and in the storytelling space or medium today. It's wide open to the underrepresented, and the underrepresented is welcomed now more than ever. And it's easier now more than ever, because every one of us has a podcast studio in our pocket. The microphone in your smartphone today is better than the microphone that I had when I started back in 1999. So you don't need high-end gear or high-end audio equipment or spend a lot of money more than what you've already spent um, to get started. All you have to do is bring your passion and your purpose. And there's plenty of free tools out there and platforms, and even AI are leveling the playing field and making it easier for creators every day. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to put your voice out there in the world and contribute to others and to be supportive of others and be a facilitator of other people's voices. So really, the biggest barrier is overcoming your own self-doubt and not trusting who you are and what you can bring to the world that is valued. You know, I think that the common internal objection is a fear of judgment, not feeling qualified, you know, or thinking it's all been said before. Well, it may not have been all been said before. And likely that's not the case because each of us have had a different life experience. So just to give you an example, if I had waited until I felt fully ready and fully confident, I'd still be waiting today after 25 years. The truth is we become ready by speaking up, by sharing, and by daring to step into discomfort and challenging situations. But I think now is a more welcoming time than ever. I think it was more challenging back when you had to walk into a radio station and you were live on the air. Now it's like you can pre-record, you can edit, you can do all these things. But it really starts with taking small, manageable actions. You know, and my advice to you would be just record a video on your phone and publish it up to Facebook or to the Instagram platform, and just start coming up with ideas around how you can share and how you can facilitate the connection and empowering of others through that process and help others based on your life story. So your voice is limitless in its impact. One voice can spark movements. And I think we see that in the world pretty much every day. One authentic story can ignite countless others. Your story might just be the spark someone else needs to hear. And that is where the impact is. And if you can create an interactive relationship with that someone and boost them and help them, then that's when you reach this point of making real measurable impact. But your impact is not dependent on large numbers. I think there's a perception out there that everybody has to be a Joe Rogan or a top podcaster. You can have impact by hitting and reaching 10 people, and with a genuine connection and meaningful interactions, one person at a time. And that's really always been the power of podcasting. So what we have to focus on is empowering each other, build community and connections, and really empowering new and existing voices in the world by using your voice to inspire others to have an impact and encourage your listeners to lift others up around them, create a movement, amplify each other's stories of challenges in your life. So the most powerful thing we can do with our voice is to empower and give voice to others. This is how we have lasting change. And so my last comment here is the world is waiting for you. So this is a sincere call to action from me to get speaking as soon as possible. Your microphone is already in your hand and your voice is your superpower. So someone is waiting to hear your truth, your experience, your unique wisdom. So don't wait to be chosen. Choose yourself and speak from the heart and speak with your purpose. And because the world needs your voice now more than ever. So there's nothing holding you back.
Rob, thank you so much for that message. And for all the listeners and viewers in the audience right now, you're listening from to one of the Hall of Fame members in the podcasting community. Take these words to heart. Don't just kind of let them go in one ear and out the other, unless you have headset on,
Yeah, right.
which you can't do. But
Yeah.
really take these concepts and this viewpoint and experience and apply it in your life. All it takes really is what Rob says. It's your voice can affect one person, and that one person, who knows where they're going to be,
Yeah.
right? But you have to take that step. Rob did back those many years ago,
Yep.
and even now, right? And I can essentially say the same thing. I still get the nerves. I still get, do I really belong
Yeah.
here doing this stuff? It doesn't go away. So just
No,
let
it
it.
doesn't. Well, it's also exciting too. So it's, but you have to reach a point eventually where you feel an elevated level of confidence too.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, Rob, I'm going to have to just ask you a couple of questions here real quickly. So, both of us come from the technology world as well, but
Mhm.
how do you see technology affecting things? Obviously, we have, essentially a broadcast studio in your phone, but
Yeah.
how do you think AI is implementing all of this or affecting us?
Well, I think it's streamlining workflow processes and idea generations. There's aspects of AI that are coming that we haven't seen yet.
Oh, yeah.
That will have impacts. There's things around cloning your voice and
Right.
creating replications of our presence, but probably not our heart. So, I think that's the key thing about AI is it's not going to necessarily replace the human heart and the human passion and the human meaning that can be brought to the world, but it can bring some efficiencies to both ends of creating content and to also help elevate our knowledge and our understanding of the world is what I see AI doing.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. This has been really wonderful. Love your passion that hasn't waned with all of the years of experience, but it's
Yep.
actually it's getting larger.
I hope
Right?
so. That's
Absolutely.
the goal.
Well, thanks so much, Rob, for being here.
All
Really
right.
appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. Yeah.
Absolutely.